Hello Primary 6s and Primary 7s, this is Mrs Allen here with your weekly grammar input for Thursday the 11th of March. This week we will be looking at paragraphs. Using paragraphs to improve our writing. What are paragraphs and why do we use paragraphs? A paragraph is a group of sentences about one main idea. They break up long chunks of writing to make it clearer and more interesting for the reader. They also provide a clear structure and order to our writing. If we do not use paragraphs, we cannot move up a level. When to start a new paragraph. Start a new paragraph when you move to a new period of time. Or start a new paragraph when you move on to a new topic or subject. Or you can start a new paragraph when a different conversation is started. So start a new paragraph when you bring a new person into your writing or when you change from one person to another, especially when you are writing about conversations. Remember, time, topic, and talk. How to show a paragraph break. There are two ways to do this. Firstly, to clearly show where a new paragraph begins, we first need to indent the first line of the paragraph. This shows you what we mean. So there is a small gap on the left-hand side by the margin, or you could leave a line between each of your paragraphs. Whichever you choose to do, remember to be consistent. This means that if you start by using an indent to show your new paragraph, you do that all the way through your writing. If you decide to leave a line space between paragraphs, this is what you will do all the way through your writing. Notice that the first word is indented. It starts further in, leaving a gap so that new paragraph is easily seen. Here is an example of a piece of writing, my account of the school trip to the zoo. We left school at 7:30 in the morning on a big coach to get to Panktown Zoo for 9 a.m. Whilst we were on the coach, the teacher told us to take our bags with us and give us our instructions for the day. When we finally arrived at the zoo, we were allowed to go and see the animals straight away. The first stop was the tiger's cage. The tigers were huge and ferocious looking. The teachers would not let us stay there for long. Next we went to see the snakes. The snakes were having a feed and were eating mice. The girls started screaming hysterically after watching the snake devour the mouse. Consequently, teachers decided it was time to stop for lunch. A few hours later we went to see the elephants having a wash. This was the highlight of my day because the elephant shook water all over us. It was very funny. We got back to school late. We were all tired but happy. This is my favourite school trip ever, said my friend Jimmy. Mine too, I agreed. It really had been a fantastic day. Before you move on to the next page, have a look at this and decide where you would put the new paragraphs, remembering time, topic, and talk. So this is the way we have done it as your example. We have started off with an indent to show the new paragraph. We move on to the next paragraph when we finally arrived because this is a change of time and place. The next paragraph begins at next we went to see the snakes. This again is a time. The fourth paragraph, again is a time because we are discussing a few hours later. The final paragraph is time as well because we got back to school late. But we've also started new lines for these. Now in the past we have looked at direct speech and you start a new line when somebody new is talking. To make your paragraphs even better, you can use a topic sentence to introduce the central idea or topic of the paragraph. The topic sentence often comes at the beginning of the paragraph. It tells the reader what the paragraph is going to be about. All the other sentences in the paragraph are related to the topic sentence. They further explain or support the main topic of the paragraph. Examples of some topic sentences. Rats make excellent pets and can be easily and cheaply bought. This is the topic sentence and tells you what your paragraph is going to be about. As you continue with, if you wish to buy a rat, you should contact an official breeder or go to a pet shop, and the writing will continue. Another example of a topic sentence is there are 3 reasons why Canada is one of the best countries in the world. This is leading you into the topic of Canada and continues with, first, Canada has an excellent healthcare service. Your third example is an island with a cool climate can be very difficult to survive on. This again in red is your topic sentence. For example, the weather, especially snow, can lead to below minus temperatures, making it difficult too. And finally, paragraphs can be linked to your writing flow. Paragraphs can be linked by numbers. In the first place, secondly, the third point. Paragraphs can be linked by connectives. Although this is true, however, to sum up, finally, meanwhile. For this work, you are going to look at grammar books. If you are working at mild level, you will be working on Grammar Book 4, Unit 19. In the blue box at the top of the page is your explanation. A paragraph is a group of sentences about one main idea. Having paragraphs and stories make it easier for the reader to follow. We often start a new paragraph in a story when the place changes. Read the questions in focus and read the beginning of the story about Captain Black and answer the questions. For practice, imagine you are writing a story about a visit to a castle. The beginning of each paragraph is going to let the reader know where in the castle you are exploring. So each new paragraph is going to begin in a new place within the castle. Write the opening sentence of each paragraph to let the reader know where you are in the castle. This is going to be your topic sentence. For extension, you are going to write the first 3 paragraphs of a story called A Trip to the Moon. Follow the plan within the book. So the first paragraph will be on a spaceship before and during takeoff. The second paragraph will be in space on the journey to the moon. And the third paragraph will be on the moon's surface. If you are working at medium level, you will be working on Book 5, Unit 20. Again, the green box at the top left-hand side explains the task. A paragraph is a group of sentences about one main idea. Having paragraphs and descriptions make it easier for the reader to follow, and we often start a new paragraph in a description when the place changes. For this page, you are going to look at focus and read the description. What adverbs and adverb phrases and adverb clauses tell you where the questions are doing certain things. For practice, you are going to write a description about what you can see out of your window. The beginning of each paragraph is going to let the reader know the position of what you are describing. And there are some useful words underneath to help you. For extension, using adverbs, adverb phrases and adverb clauses, you are going to write a description of an alien planet in 3 paragraphs. Paragraph 1 will explain you climbing down from the spaceship and what can you see. Paragraph 2, you will walk some distance from your spaceship and describe what you can see. Paragraph 3, you get to the edge of a huge crater and look down. Again, you will describe what you can see. If you are working at spicy level, you will be working on Book 6, Unit 22. Again, the top left-hand corner explains what the instructions are for the task. So a paragraph is a group of sentences about one main idea. Having paragraphs in discursive writing makes it easier for the reader to follow. There are usually many points for and against any subject, and we write about each point in a new paragraph. We link the paragraphs with phrases such as "in my view," "on the other hand," or "in addition." We have an introductory paragraph so the reader knows what the subject is, and we have a concluding paragraph to sum up for the reader. In Focus, you are going to look at each of the paragraphs in the example box above and answer the questions on the book. For practice, you are going to write a short discursive piece with the title, "Are mobile phones a good or a bad thing?" Below this question are some examples of things that can help you in writing this piece. For extension, you are going to choose one of the following and write a discursive piece of writing with 6 paragraphs. You are going to write about sports day, whether it is good or bad, video games, whether they are good or bad, and school uniform, whether it is good or bad. You will have an introductory paragraph. You will have your second and third paragraphs are your reasons for your chosen topic. Your fourth and fifth paragraphs are your reasons against your chosen topic. And your final paragraph will be your concluding paragraph where you will sum up your arguments. If you have any issues or questions, please get in touch with your teacher and ask. Otherwise, we will look forward to seeing the work that you submit. Good luck.